Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to say Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. And the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, the name of Hamashiach Kabashai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the last one Gospel tongue. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Ma'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a outside lesson that I want to bring out of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Yeah, Ezekiel 38 verse 4. That's going to be the title of the outside lesson. And as we had recently got that report from the Trump administration that they sent some submarines, some more submarine ships over there in the Ballistic Sea. I forgot what area it was. I believe it's the Ballistic Sea somewhere over there. Because you had Russia, they had their military presence over there in that area, whatever area it was. I'm not for sure if it's the ballistic area, the Ballistic Sea, or somewhere over there in that area, something like that, or that area over there with the Russia-Ukraine situation is going on. Because keep this in mind, you had the Trump administration. They was talking about he wanted Vladimir Putin to end the war within the next 10 days. Because at first he had it 50 days, but he changed his mind because he was increasingly unhappy with Vladimir Putin with the situation, with the Russia-Ukraine situation. Because the tensions are only escalating. Because he had recently had phone calls with him, and then it was unsuccessful. So that Russia-Ukraine situation is only intensifying. You know, ever since February of 2022, the invasion of Russia invading Ukraine. Ever since then, those tensions have been heating up. I just want to add a side note to that. So that shows you that Russia is still going to be in that warlike mindset. And you're going to have the alliance between China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea as well, too, going against the Western countries and their allies. And this is the book of Ezekiel. The prophet Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth from all thy army, horse and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great couple of good shields, all of them with swords. Right, so that shows you an example that the Heavenly Father's putting that warlike mindset of these Russians, which represents the bear, because Russia, they that warlike mindset, and that's intensifying, despite the fact they're trying to have ceasefire talks, peace deals, agreements. That's why the Trump administration had that deadline of 10 days to end the war. So most likely that's not going to happen. And then you've been having recent talks between Vladimir Zelensky and their representation, and Ukraine and their representation as well too. So that was unsuccessful last time I checked, if that's true or not. But ever since then, those tensions have been escalating between the Russia-Ukraine situation. So it is definitely intensifying. So that's why we're seeing the Heavenly Father continually putting that hooks back to these jaws, and that Russia, which represents the bear, the Russians, the Edomites. And that's what we're seeing the Heavenly Father putting that warlike mindset in these armies of this army of nation of Russia. And that's what we're seeing, So the Russia-Ukraine situation is only going to intensify, and you're going to have Russia versus NATO that's been heating up. So you got the European Union, NATO, Western countries that back Ukraine. That's why, because these Western countries, NATO and EU, they're going to continue to support Ukraine while the Russia-Ukraine situation is taking place, So that, we see the Heavenly Father's putting that warlike mindset of these especially of these armed nations, and especially with Russia as well too, which represents the bear of Ezekiel the 38th chapter. So we definitely seeing Ezekiel the 38th chapter that's in progress. So this is a future prophecy that's going to build up to the Third World War, and we're seeing that intensifying, increasing, So with that, this was just a lesson that I wanted to bring out in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 4, and that was the title of this lesson. So with that, I'd like to give all praises. I hit the phone, had that on me. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Kabashai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the last one Kadash tongue. And I said Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Ma'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And once again, this was a outside lesson in the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, through verse 4. But we see in the Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, is in progress. This is a future prophecy that's going to come to pass and fulfill, as we see in the Russia-Ukraine situation intensifying, and we see in the Russia in that warlike mindset, as the Heavenly Father putting that warlike mindset on these Russians. So you're going to have Russia continue to be in that warlike mindset. That's why we see the tension between Russia and Ukraine that's heating up, Russia versus NATO that's heating up, Russia and the United States that's heating up. So this is a future prophecy of Ezekiel 38 chapter verse 4, Ezekiel 38 verse 4, I meant to say. So with that, I would say, Shalom.